What is going on, guys? Ultimate Deadpool here, and today we are talking about the one and only Ghoulie Goalie himself, Jason Voorhees. Now, all the characters that are in front of you, that you can see in front of your screen right now, are all of the Jason variations except for one, and that is Jason Voorhees from Part 10. I realize you can see Uber Jason, but I just haven't had time to do Part 10's regular Jason just yet. Be sure to watch the end of the video, because Savini Jason from the Friday the 13th video game will be at the end of the video. So if you guys want to see Savini Jason, be sure you stick around to the end of the video, and you'll see the very first ever Lego version of Savini Jason. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, so I'm going to go in movie order from Part 2 to Part 10. So this is Part 2's Jason. He's got the signature pillowcase over his head. This is actual cloth. It's not sculpted or anything. So it's actual cloth with an eye hole there, so you can kind of see his eye. In the video game, he has a pickaxe as his designated weapon, or a signature weapon. So I gave him a pickaxe just because, well, that's what he has. Both in the movie and in the video game. His back didn't have any custom printing. Now it has overalls, because originally it had like Captain America or something on it. And since I'm sure Jason is all thrilled about living in America, I'm pretty sure he does not care about America, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So anyway, on to Part 3. Alright, so here's Part 3's Jason. Nothing much has changed since this last time you saw this character, except his pants are now a lot brighter blue. They're actually like a grayish blue. He does have an axe. I did kind of modify the axe just a little bit. I need to do some more work to it. No printing on his back. And I know what you're going to say. He doesn't have the third strap on the top of his head. I'm working on that. So the only other thing that's different aside from his pants is his mask is a lot bigger, because the last time I did this character, his mask was so small, it was seriously laughable. So I went ahead and reprinted it and put it on, so it looks a lot better with a bigger mask. But the pants are a lot brighter. So on to Part 4. Alright, Part 4's Jason is the exact same thing as Part 3, except he's got an axe mark on his mask up here. Now you can kind of see some blood up there, or raspberry juice or whatever. Sorry for little kids who don't like that kind of stuff. So I'll probably start saying like raspberry juice or just paint, or yeah, screw it, I'm just going to say blood. It's a lot quicker. So Lego does not make any pig splitters, which is exactly what Part 4's Jason has. And I can't make a pig splitter, so I just gave him a machete. It's what kills him in the movie, so I mean, you know what? Jason dies by his own signature weapon. I mean, so I mean, it's not a pig splitter, but you get the idea. It's still Jason from Part 4, just by that stupid red mark on his freaking head. That's what makes it an entirely different character. Why? I'm not sure. Just paint a red mark on Part 3 Jason, call it a new figure. I don't know. But the torso designs have not changed. His pants are actually the original Part 3's Jason's that I had. So, because if I remember correctly, in Part 4 his pants are slightly darker. So, no printing on his back that I'm aware of. Yeah, I didn't think so. So he doesn't have any additional printing on his back, but he does have that axe mark from his on his mask. And a machete. So yay! On to Part 5. Now I know what you're gonna say.
Ultimate Deadpool has officially lost his mind. He gave Part 5's Jason scissors as his weapon.
Yes, I did, because Roy Burns' signature weapon in the Friday the 13th video game are hedge trimmers. And Lego, if I'm not mistaken, does not make Lego hedge trimmers. So scissors is the closest thing I've gotten, because they're a lot bigger than what they should be. And they kind of look like hedge trimmers, especially when you hold them like that. So, you know, it's not close to hedge trimmers, but it is, if that makes any sense. So, and Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, Jason is still dead, but a copycat Jason, aka Roy Burns, decides to dress up like Jason for some unknown reason and kill counselors and kids just because like his kid was killed and he had to dispose of his body. I don't know. He's a paramedic who went crazy. So he has an entire blue jumpsuit, just like he does in the movie and video game. He has the signature blue marks on his mask instead of red like Jason Voorhees does. And before you say anything, no, this is not a Michael Myers crossover body. This is legitimately a new print. This is Michael Myers' torso design, which is a little bit different than what that is, but it's close enough so I can see where it can kind of be confusing. Say like,
oh, you just took Michael Myers' body.
No, I didn't. Trust me, this is an entirely new design. He does have some printing on his legs. I had to take some shiny reflective stuff off his knees because that is not part of the Roy Burns suit. But anyway, so I apologize if he looks a little silly with scissors instead of actual hedge trimmers. They don't make hedge trimmers in Lego size that I know of. I haven't actually looked it up yet. If I can find any hedge trimmers, I will replace Roy Burns' pathetic scissors with actual hedge trimmers. But bear with me for a little bit. He'll probably be using a machete the most of the time you see him in videos. So on to the next Jason, or part 6. Okay, part 6 Jason has a bunch of weapons that unfortunately the character is not able to use. But his signature weapon in the video game is a spear. In the particular scene that he uses the spear is he stabs it in the gut of someone and tosses him over his shoulder. So in his tool belt or weapons belt, he has a screwdriver at the moment. I need to find a smaller knife, but he's got a hunting knife, he's got a hammer, and then over here he's got a classic machete. His hands and head do somewhat match. I tried to find a paint color that matched as close as I could to his hands, and you honestly can't tell it, but they do match very, very closely. The head is just a pinch lighter than the hands are, but with the head print on it, you really can't tell, so I don't even know why I brought it up. I realized part 6's Jason's wears tan pants. I need to get tan pants before I'm able to actually put them on this character. So I'll be right back in 5 seconds. So sorry if the camera got zoomed. So now he's wearing tan pants. So yay! I had to take Death's pants away from him, so he's half naked now. Don't worry, I will replace Death's pants. Actually, you know what? Here, boom, fixed. So, anyway, off of that subject. So, other than that, he comes with, I gave him a rubber belt for tools, but instead of tools, he has weaponry. So, his tan pants will stay. I will obviously replace the other legs from the previous character that you saw in time. So, don't yell at me like,
you killed Death!
No, I didn't, trust me. So, anyway, he's a green zombie. He had an alternative headpiece, but I don't remember where I put it. So he's going to remain masked for now. So eventually I'll make Jason Voorhees without his masks, characters along the line, but not for a while. So on to the next Jason. Part 7's Jason is just personally my favorite look of Jason, aside from Savini Jason. Nothing has changed since the last time you guys saw this character. The only thing that's really different is his head or the mask is just slightly bigger, maybe, but his legs are a little bit, maybe somewhat altered. I don't remember working on this character, to be honest. His back hasn't changed, the rest of the character hasn't changed, blah, 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 blah. So, part 7 of the New Bloods, Jason is by far one of my favorite looks. So, on to Jason Takes Manhattan. Alright, on to Paramount's most evil Friday the 13th, because it's a dirty, dirty lie. is Part 8's Jason. Jason Takes Manhattan, which is the worst Friday the 13th movie of all time. So, even worse than Friday the 13th Part 10. The kills were nice, but that was about it. It should have been called Jason Voorhees on a motherfucking boat. So, but you know what? All that set aside, you know, this is a really cool character. In the Friday the 13th video game, his signature weapon is a fire axe. Now, I haven't been able to find a fire axe, so I just gave him a regular axe for now. If I do find a fire axe, or if I'm able to make a fire axe, then I will gladly replace his weapon. But he does have a black shirt, because for some reason, you know, they didn't decide, oh, hey, you know, this is by far the scariest look for Jason, but we have to make him more friendly, because he has to be completely dressed. And I don't know why the hell they didn't just leave the design. I mean, if you haven't been able to tell, Jason's look changes from every single freaking movie. He does not once look the same. And both masked and unmasked, and clothing-wise. So, you know what? It's a small thing to pick on. Other than that, I cannot wait to start using these Jasons for videos. On to, what are we at? Part 9. Part 9, the final Friday, or whatever the hell it's called, Jason Goes to Hell, is going to be the second worst Friday movie, but I still don't know what to think on it, because, you know, the kills are awesome if you watch the unrated version, but 23-year-old first-time director, not a great choice. The story was confusing. That was about it. And what sucks is they killed Jason in like 10 minutes of the freaking movie. I'm like, come on, man, it's such a good look for Jason. He's got a freaking mask embedded in his freaking face. So, again, nothing has really changed with this character since the last time you guys saw him, except I have trimmed the battle axe just a little bit, and again, his mask is a little bit bigger. That's about it. So, on to Uber Jason. Alright, so now we have Friday the 13th, Part 10, Jason X, Uber Jason. Now, I realize
you're supposed to do the first one first. The first appearance of him in Part 10.
I know. But bear with me, I'm running out of dark blue torsos like this. I'm running out of black or dark blue torsos. Once I get another one, I will make Part 10's Jason. Now, technically, this is still Part 10's Jason. It's just the crazy Uber Jason that everyone can't stand, but yet everyone adores. Which makes no sense. But you know what? I'm not the fan base here. So, it pains me to say this, but this is honestly one of my best custom minifigures ever made. Simply on details. Because, you know, he's not part of the Friday the 13th video game that I'm aware of, because I haven't figured it out how to get him yet. If he's even a part of the game. Now, if he is, please let me know down in the comments. But the look of him is just so detailed on the arms and the legs that it's uncanny almost. It looks so decent. Now, his weapon is like a futuristic surgical machete type thing. I don't know what the hell he uses in the movie. They don't make it in Lego form. This is the closest thing I could find. And I think it works pretty decently, especially in a gunmetal lightsaber hilt. The arm is actually, if it'll focus a little bit, is actually a regular flesh-colored arm, or like peach, like this peach color. And I painted over it in silver. There's barely any skin showing through it, just like in the actual Friday the 13th Part 10's look. And then you can kind of see some stuff on his fingers as well. Same thing with his leg. You know, there's very little skin showing through. But the entire thing was hand painted and peach first. And then it was done over in silver to give it that, you know, cybernetic, robotic look. His eyes are just basic red. I didn't feel like drawing proper eyes for Uber Jason, because I know he's got like creepy like reptilian eyes. So I just got lazy there. So anyway, let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Uber Jason. Speaking of which, before we get into Savini Jason, the top of his head is painted with those silly stripes that go over his head. So you can't yell at me for that. I've done it to at least one Jason. So again, I think Uber Jason is one of my best characters I've made so far. Let me know what you all think. Do you guys like Uber Jason, both as this Lego character or in film? I don't judge people. So, on to Savini Jason. Alright, I know this is not perfect, but this is pretty damn close. This is obviously Savini Jason, if it's not obvious by the giant trident. I do need to repaint the trident. I'm going to paint it in like a hammered silver, or like a gunmetal hammered silver, just to make it look more metallic and evil looking. His mask was custom made on Microsoft Paint. And all I did was just take a Jason mask from one of the previous guys. So pretty much from one of these guys. I took one of their masks and erased a humongous chunk out of it here to give it that ripped up mask effect like you see on Savini Jason himself. You can't really see it on camera, but if you look real closely on his face, you can see the 3 slash marks on his mask there. Again, they're really hard to see, so I might go over it in a black Sharpie just so that way you can clearly see it. You can still see, hold on, the red mark on his mask up here. And there's the 3 holes that are glowing orange there. His eyes are glowing orange. His mask goes all the way around just like all the other guys. The torso, believe it or not, is actually Ghost Rider's torso design. So I don't have my Ghost Rider out right now, at least not the official Lego one. But if you look at the design for it, it is, okay, hang on, I have Ghost Rider Deadpool, which has the same thing. So if you look at this design is actually on this character. I don't know if you can tell that. But I added an extra chain over above the belt part there. And added, filled in some of the pieces here. And then I took this design, put it on Microsoft Paint, and added all these extra fire details up on the top of his chest. Right up there. So it looks more like the burnt skin effect that Savini Jason has, as well as a couple other burn marks here, shredded clothing. And then the other side is just simply a flip from the top front torso to the back torso. Nothing has changed except it's been copied and then turned around so that way it looks the same. Because I couldn't find any pictures of Savini Jason's backside, so I kind of couldn't do that. His arms are custom printed. This arm, you can't really tell, but there are chains here and a chain going down in the middle, and then the like cuff here, so like he was chained up to like a wall and clearly he broke free of it. Whoops, sorry, it's out of focus. So there are a lot of details with this guy, a lot of more details I still need to do. For instance, I'm going to paint on his legs a little bit, so that way you can see some burn marks on his pants. I'm not going to worry about doing his hands unless I absolutely feel like it. Because I figured, you know what, you're not going to really see his hands because he's always going to be holding either the trident or a machete. Most likely the trident. So, you're not going to really see his hands that much anyway. I realize I did do it with Part 7's Jason, but that's my favorite look of Jason aside from Savini Jason. So, I could sit here all day and tell you guys all the minor details on this character that just make it pop. But again, let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments below. Savini Jason is, again, just like Uber Jason, one of my favorite custom characters I have ever made. So if you guys are interested, I'm thinking about doing a temporary giveaway. So if you guys want a custom design for Savini Jason, just simply put in the comments hashtag Savini Jason. And then if you guys send like your address and shipping stuff, I will gladly send you a free, that's FREE, Savini Jason design. So, or something like that, I don't know. So it all depends on A, if I remember, and B, if I'm able to do it. So so this whole segment could be full of crap, I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the future. So anyway, let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Savini Jason, and yeah, so let me know what you guys think, and Savini Jason will be appearing in the Battle Royal, as well as a couple other Jasons from this video. So be sure you keep an eye out, and if you see them in the Battle Royal, let me know which parts they're from. And if you get it right, I would give you a gold star, but I don't know how to do that. So anyway, till next time, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all later on Ultimate Deadpool. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys all later. Bye.